Hey YouTubers, how's everybody doing today? Uh, this is Healthy Savvy, and this is sort of like an introductory type of video. I have started the process for the weight loss surgery, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about where I am right now, the reason why I need surgery, and the reason why I chose the surgery that I chose, and just a little bit about the process, where I am in the process right now. So, again, my name is Healthy Sabby. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm going to tell you the process and how it is for me. I don't see a lot of people on here that actually have Medicaid that has gone through the process. It was very hard for me to find any information, any videos, or anything on what Medicaid, what their process is. And so I was only able to find one other person that did a video about her process concerning Medicaid. So I'm going to try not to be too long. So my main focus for myself is mind, body, and soul. I really feel that, if my mind is not right, then nothing else is going to be right for me. And I firstly and foremost, I am a believer of Jesus Christ. I believe in God, and He's first in my life. So without Him, I can't do anything. So right now, my weight before was 340 pounds. That's the highest weight that I have ever been in my whole entire life. I was not a big person growing up. I didn't gain weight until around about my 30s, after I had a complete hysterectomy. And but now I'm at 323 pounds. I recently started the official process in December of last year, December 2017. But first, let me just tell y'all why, the reason I chose surgery. I am a mother of 4 biological kids, but I have helped raise many other kids, and I'm in the process of adopting another young lady that I love dearly. And on my mother's side of the family, she had 10 siblings. Now, majority of them, except for one that I know of for sure, had diabetes. And see, 10, 3, 4. So 6 of them ended up on on dialysis. You had 2 of them that had to have amputations. But all of her siblings had diabetes. There's only 2 living right now. And one of them is on dialysis right now. He is on the kidney transplant list, and he's doing everything that he's supposed to receive one. But that's one of the main things. Is my mom died a week after she turned 46 years old. She was very young when she died. And basically, I see myself going down the same path. Yeah, I take 3 different insulins. I take a long-lasting insulin, I take a short-acting insulin, and then I take one that is weekly, but it's supposed to help me to sort of lose weight in the process. Then I take 3 different blood pressure pills, and I'm not even going to tell you everything else that I take. But anyway, so I do not want to die before my time. Because of health issues, because of weight gain, because of generics, and I just refuse to give up without a fight. You know, I still have a 15-year-old baby girl, and then the my other baby that I'm going to adopt is about to be 13. And I want to live a long time. I want to live to see my grandkids. I want to live to see all my kids be successful and succeed in life, you know. And I want to live. There's things that I want to do in this life. And my other big thing is in ministry, you cannot do what you need to do if you're always sick. You know, I'm always sick. Something is always going wrong. And the other thing is I could actually lose the weight. I could eat right. I could exercise, all of that. But somewhere down the line, whether it's 2 weeks down the line, a month down the line of me doing good, doing that, I always end up, my immune system gets weak, and I always end up sick, either in the hospital or in my bed for like, for like a week or two. And then it's like hard to start back up, building up your stamina and getting used to, you know, working out again and all that. So those are the reasons why I chose to have the weight loss surgery. Now, I chose to have the gastric bypass surgery. Initially, I wasn't going to have the bypass surgery. I initially was like, no, you know, I'm not going to do this because they bypassing and switching up organs and all this and that. I said, I'm just going to do the sleeve, and that was it. Well, I've developed some type of health issue where I'm not able to eat real food, like regular food. My stomach immediately hurts. I mean, after like one bite of swallowing it, it begins to hurt so bad, and I began to get sick to my stomach, get very nauseous to where I have to throw up, and this is every time. The only thing that sort of is okay is when I drink liquids or like really soft foods or something like that. So that's another reason why, you know, I chose the gastric bypass. I do have GERD, indigestion, and all that really bad. And so I told my surgeon, I was like, look, I'm not having the gastric bypass because of this, and this. I just don't believe in that. You know, you switching organ, you know, taking stuff and putting it on other things and all that. And he just looked at me, and but by the time I got through being so sick to my stomach for the lunch, I was like, look, I did some more research. I talked to some friends of mine that I met on some support groups on Facebook, and everybody that I have ran across, YouTube, Facebook, support groups, you know, friends, they have said, look, if you have GERD, if you have acid reflux, indigestion, or whatever, you need to just go on and get the bypass because it's going to get worse with the sleep. And so I got to thinking, I was praying about it, and I decided that I'd rather go ahead because I only want one surgery to do. I don't want to have multiple surgeries. I just want one surgery, and let that be done and everything. So I told my surgeon that that's what I want to have. So that's the reason why I chose the bariatric bypass surgery, because most people do not have issues with GERD or acid reflux or anything like that out with the bypass. But with the sleeve, it's a whole lot, you know, worse. If you do have those issues already, it'll get so much worse. So just a little bit about my process that I'm going through. The thing about me is I don't have really good patience. So when I decided that I want to do this surgery, what I did was I have like specialists here in my hometown. And I had already been working on losing weight and all kinds of, you know, doing everything I need to do, seeing a nutritionist, my heart and all that checked out, you know, everything that I need, GI doctor, and so I did my research, and so I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go. I went to each one of those specialists plus my PCP, and I was like, hey, I need for you to send all this information. Once I finally found a doctor that will accept my insurance, because it's Superior. So where I live at, it's the main source of insurance that they take here. But some places in Houston, the close, other counties, they do not take it. They don't have doctors there that takes my insurance. So it was really, really hard to find a doctor that would take my insurance for the gastric bypass surgery. So that took me like 2 months to find. So after I finally found them, I had my first initial visit, and they sent me to a GI doctor. And then that doctor referred me to the weight loss surgeon. And so that's how I got started. So first thing first, I got all my records from my endocrine, my diabetic doctor, my pulmonary doctor, my PCP, my GI doctor, my neurologist, my cardio doctor, and I got all the information. Some of it I went and picked up my own self. The other I just stayed on top of them to make sure that they faxed it all over like they should have. And within about a week, they had all that information. So I'm thinking, I had already seen a nutritionist 3 times here in Lufkin. And so I was just thinking, okay, hopefully I won't have to go through a whole bunch of other tape to get what I need. Needless to say, my first appointment with the surgeon, he was really cool, real nice, but he handed me like a whole pack of other doctor referrals and testing that they wanted me to do. So I did all the testing. I did one where you had to drink a stick and then like thin liquid, and the watch take x-rays of you swallowing it and everything. Then you supposed to take they do your lab work. You're supposed to do a heart test, stress test, but I had already had that done. I had already had a sleep study done, so I have a CPAP. Well, I'm waiting for them to get for my CPAP to come in, but I already know that I have sleep apnea, obstructive sleep apnea. And then what else? My diabetes, high blood pressure, all that. So basically the test that I had to do was to do with my stomach, swallowing, see if I have any kind of GERD, that type of thing. So I finally got through with that. I was not able to do all of the tests. I did all of them myself, and this one was the one where they want you to eat something and then they take a picture of it digesting for 4 hours. Like every hour they'll take a picture to see how far along it's digested and stuff. Well, I wasn't able to finish that. I was only able to do 2 hours of it because, like I said, for the last 2 months I have been staying sick to my stomach. Anytime I eat, even drinking stuff, sometimes I get really nauseous and I throw up everything that I just ate, so I wasn't able to finish that test. But I just got done with the EGD. I did that on Monday. We had a little hard time because I'm a very hard stick. My veins roll and they blow real easy, and then some of them have scar tissue, so it's just really hard to find. So they actually had to get me in my neck, like right there in my neck, and they went really deep because I thought it was a vein, close to the skin, but actually he went into one of my main veins there, and that was horrible. Oh my God, they had to give me like 5 shots of lidocaine, and it took him 5 times before he got it in. So you can imagine I was kind of like a big baby, but hey, that it hurts. But so now I've been very nervous about this whole process because Medicaid initially wants you to do 6 months with a dietitian, where it's recorded. Weight loss is recorded or dieting is recorded and everything to see if that doesn't work. Now, I didn't see a dietitian, but I went through my diabetic doctor for like 2 years, working with her with changing my eating habits, to trying different medicines to try to lose weight. And my surgeon's nurse seems to think that, oh well, they're not going to accept that because it didn't come from a dietitian. And so I was getting a little frustrated, and I'm just like, there is no way I could wait any longer to wait 3-6 more months to try to go through a dietitian when I've already done it. And so by the time that I went to go see my surgeon yesterday, I had the EGD on Monday, and I went in yesterday on Tuesday to see my surgeon. And he was like, how are you? He seen I had been crying because I had got myself all worked up, thinking I wasn't going to, that it wasn't going to work out for me because of the timing. I can't really wait too much longer to have the surgery. So, long story short, he was like, well, look, the only thing that you're really missing is one more appointment with the dietitian. He said, but I'm going to have my nurse to see if she could get you in there before May. And so he said that he was going to go ahead on Friday and send my paperwork in, and hopefully we get approved, because the only thing that's missing is that one dietitian appointment. So right now he was like, fingers crossed, and I was like, nah, we gonna pray. I don't believe in luck. I believe in prayer though. I believe God is in control and in charge of everything. So, I'm just praying. But that's where I'm at now. He did go ahead. Excuse me. He did go ahead and give me my pre-op and post-op diet list. Everything that I would have to drink and liquid diet. And I would do another video about that, about the pre-op diet, and I'll do another video about the everything that I'm taking with me and some of the supplies that I'm going to be using as far as the post-op diet. But this is just the initial start of what I'm doing, and I hope it was helpful to somebody. Because like I say, Medicaid is totally different. The lady that I met, she had to even write a letter. I mean, like an essay on why she wanted the surgery and all this kind of stuff. The psychologist, that was fairly easy for me. Most people I've heard said that it was really, really hard, and there was a lot of questions that they had to write. My psychologist basically just talked to me at first to see what all I knew, why I wanted to do what I wanted to do, why I wanted the surgery, and to make sure I understood. And then I had like 100 questionnaire to fill out on the computer, which it only took me like 5 or 7 minutes to do that. It wasn't long at all. The main thing that I would tell everybody to look out for is, do not say that you want to be skinny and that you want to be pretty like, everybody else or something. You need to be telling them, hey, I'm doing this for my health. I know I'm going to have to change some things. So I already been changing my eating habits, what I eat, portion control, that type of thing. That's what they're wanting to hear, because when they hear that you're saying, well, you just want to lose weight because you want to be skinny, people talked about you because you've always been big, all that, and that might be true, but you don't want to say that to the psychologist and everything. I did let her know that I did have some issues from depression, but only because of my mom dying so young, and then I feel like I was falling into the same pattern that she was. But and she understood that. She understood that it wasn't nothing else, and she understood for me, I wasn't always big. Like I said, I didn't start gaining weight until in my 30s. So I was always small, I grew up small and everything. So, but basically just let them know, out of not being healthy, not being able to be active, not being able to, I haven't been able to work for years because of my issues. And people always like, well, won't you get on disability? And I was like, no, I don't want to get on disability because it's a limit of what you get every month. No, I want a job. I want to go out there and work. I love working. And I love bringing in my own money, working as much as I want to, whatever. But I was like, I got to live for my kids. I don't want nobody else raising my kids, you know. And there's just, it's people in this world that's looking at you and that's looking up to you, and you don't even realize it. So what I'm saying is, let that be your focus of why you're telling the psychologist the reason behind you wanting the surgery. You know, because if you say other stuff, they're going to be looking at you like, okay, well, you're not going to do good. And this is what my psychologist told me personally. Because I asked her, and she said, typically, I asked her if she thought that I would be successful with this. And she said, typically, a person like you would, because you're doing it to be healthy. You're doing it to, you know, to get off all the medicines and to be able to be active and all this. She said, your mind is already prepared to eat right, to portion control, to exercise, all this, and you're doing it for your health. You're doing it so that you can live, so that you will still be able to take care of your family and this and that and the other. She said, but there are those that are just saying, hey, I want this because I want to be skinny. You know, I want to be able to fit in a size 6, a size 2, and, you know, this and that and the other. And she was like, those people typically do not make it because they haven't mentally gotten their minds prepared for what's going to happen to them. Your stomach is going to be the size of an egg. That's it. You're not going to be able to get that much stuff in. You know, so if your mind is stuck on, you know, you want what tastes good, or you really have a love addiction with food, that type of thing, then a lot of times they're not going to approve you. So I'm just going to be truthful. I'm not telling nobody to lie, but you know, I'm just saying this is what they're for. So I hope the video was helpful to y'all. And just remember, I'm Healthy Savvy. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like I said, I will be posting other videos on the pre-op diet, my goal weight, my goals for the surgery, what I'm doing, for, what I'm packing for my hospital stay. So my daughter just came in. Sorry about that. So hopefully I'll see you again. And I hope everybody just remember, mind, body, and soul. Everything has to align and everything. Y'all bless.